Hello everyone, welcome to day 6 of 31 days of trying new eyeshadow palettes. Today is, I believe, the 8th, but as you might know from yesterday's video, we're 2 days behind, but we're gonna catch those up in this weekend probably. So I'm just applying my primer. And today in this video, I'm gonna try out a drugstore palette. So Essence has been having these little mini palettes that are actually, in my opinion, quite good. And they brought out 2 new ones recently, and I picked them up. This is the Don't Worry Be, and then ... So there's all things in here that you should be not worried, but for example, positive, happy, euphoric, and excited. And there's another one, a pink one, but I don't know if I'll use that palette in this series because I have quite the assembly of palettes. I was a little bit too enthusiastic, collecting the last few palettes for this 31 days, so it's a little bit over 31 palettes that I own or have that are new that I could use. So we're kind of at that point. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I just primed my eyes, so we can now go in with the shadow. There's this little plastic layer over it still, so we need to take that off. Yes. And we're gonna start off with this Bone shade, which is part of the euphoric shade. Does that pick up? Oh, it does. Okay. And I'm just gonna oh, it's a little gray leaning. Interesting. So I'm just gonna blend that just using this super gross mirror from my Estee Lauder face quad. If you're ever wondering what I'm wearing on the rest of my face, it's in the description box. But I'm wearing this, but I'm trying to use it up, so it's like it's like in a pretty bad state because I've been using it for like years now. And then I'm gonna go into the other matte shade Positive. I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm just gonna blend it out for now, so I'm gonna show you what I put on a little bit later. Ooh, I put it on a little too high, or like not necessarily too high, but a little bit higher on this side. So let's get that to be even again. Okay, as I already thought, all the shades in this palette are gonna lean quite cool toned. So if that's not your preference, I don't know if this is for you, but I kind of expected that from like the packaging and what shades were in here. So like I really don't mind. I like a good cool tone palette. And now I'm going to go into the bottom shade of the shade Euphoric and just plant that in the crease and like blend it in a little bit with the rest of the crease shades. Like that. That's a nice depth to the eye. Yeah, I like that a lot. Is that, yeah. It's not exactly even, so I'm kind of like playing one more layer to get that to be even. Like that. Ta-da! Okay, I'm happy. So I first used this cream shade and this more brown muted shade, and then this more cool toned grayish brown. And now I'm going to put the shimmers on because I think the mattes are done. And I'm just gonna use my MUA glitter glue as always. You know, I love different application techniques, so maybe you'll see them for me like when I have some time on like a Sunday. But honestly, on like a weekday, I try to film these videos in like 20 minutes or under because I also do my face makeup as well. So like if I take like hours and hours to film these videos, I'm going to have to wake up like at 5 if I want to spend an hour on this video. So I'm not very willing to do that. So that's why I'm just using the same application because it's familiar to me. I know it works for me, and it works for me throughout the day. You know, like putting on a glitter glue and then a shimmer, it will stay on me all day. It won't crease as much. And for example, today it's now like almost, it's a little over 7 and I'm only gonna be home because I have class tonight. I'm only gonna be home at like 11 at night. So if this doesn't stay, you know, halfway through the day I have a makeup problem, which is what I call it because it's not like a real problem, but I do get annoyed when my makeup is looking like bad halfway through the day already and I know I have like a long day to go. So what I just did with my eyes is I put on the silvery shade called Excited, that one, and then that one in the more like inner portion of the eye, which is called You. I didn't use the shade Happy, but I don't really feel like I need that because I like the way this looks. So I'm now going to put on my mascara. I'm very happy because I needed to do quite a quick look today. And I was like, okay, what palette can I choose? It's going to give me a quick, cute look that I don't need to do much blending or anything. And I put my bets on this little guy. I'm actually quite impressed. And not because, like, I know it's 6 shades, so, like thinking of a look isn't too hard, which might be with other palettes, but you know, Essence doesn't always have the most blendable shadows, but I feel like this did pretty good. So I'm very curious to see how it stays through the day. But information like that, like how the palette stays through the day, I'm gonna put in the end of this series. I'm gonna do a ranking all the new palettes, and you can see with that series where I place them, and I'll tell you a little bit about why. This is even nice. I think my brows are a little uneven, but I know better than to touch them up because it's only going to get worse. A little roundup of this palette because actually my look is already done. I really enjoyed it. I am kind of like thinking, is it going to stay all day? I'm curious to see about that. I do like the shades a lot. I love like the is it monochromatic? It's like reflective packaging. Am I the biggest fan of a palette opening like this? Not necessarily, but I'm also not against it because I kind of think it's fun and different. And the split pen right here, I think is only going to be a problem if you're a palette person that buys one palette and uses it up entirely. I I might not be that person. I did use palettes up in the past, and I am trying to still pen one now, but it's more of a project. I don't do it with all the palettes, so I think honestly this won't be a problem for me. I think it's quite a versatile palette, or like versatile, I mean complete palette. You have your lighter mattes, your darker mattes, your mid-tone matte. You have like a lesser cooler toned option, and then a cooler toned option, and then a lighter shade for like in a corner and stuff like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think I actually know I'm gonna reach for this again. If it stays well throughout the day, this can be one of those palettes that I reach for quite often just to do like a quick look, and I like it. Thank you for watching today, and if you want to see the other days, then please subscribe. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!